I contacted Martin Gerard when I decided to put my property on the market. I was initially visited by the manager who gave me a valuation, which I was happy with. He was very informative, very helpful, which is why I decided to appoint Martin Gerard to manage the sale for me. I was then appointed Fatmir as my agent, who was the person who was going to do all the viewings and advise me. Although I know quite a few people who recently have been marketing their properties and they'd had a lot of problems and it was quite a slow process for them, I found Martin Gerard fantastic. And in fact, the whole process was relatively quick from start to finish. So as soon as the flat went on the market, from day one, Fatmir kept in contact with me the whole time. He'd give me good feedback on viewings, which I think is really important. You know, there's nothing worse than knowing people are coming in and out of your home, your property, not offering on it, and you kind of take it personally. So good feedback is really, good honest feedback is really important. And Fatmir was great at that. And he actually found the person who eventually became my buyer really quickly. And he had persuaded her to come and see my flat, because I don't think she was that interested just by looking at it online, but he knew her and he knew that my property was the right one for her. And so he got her around, and after a lot of problems in the chain, she became my buyer. So the fact he stuck with her and got her in through the front door meant a lot to me. So it's definitely the marketing of my property by Martin Gerard was excellent. I mean, I know everyone can make a room look fantastic, but the photographer who they sent was great. Spent a lot of time, also gave me advice, you know, move the toilet roll holder, that kind of thing. Things you wouldn't think of, and he took the time, and he does all his work for Martin Gerard, so that was good. And then it went online. The wording of the brochure, they kept sending to me. I was making some changes. They implemented all the changes. So I felt fully involved in the marketing as well, and I was very happy with the way it looked. I mean, I think another thing that made a really real impact on the sale is that Fatmir and Martin Gerard, so much local knowledge. I mean, there's not a road or a block of flats that they don't know what they look like, what's good about them, what's bad about them, and what price they're worth. And I think that's invaluable, because also, apart from anything else, it was price. The price they told me to ask was the right price. It wasn't, let's put on an extra 30,000 and negotiate down. It was, this is the price, this is what it's worth, this is what we'll sell it for. And bang on. Bang on. I know that a lot of people think estate agents are really expensive. Why would I pay that much? I can have a new kitchen done for that money when I move. Wrong. My move would not have happened without Fatmir and Martin Gerard. Just dealing with solicitors alone, if you're not used to legalese language, I mean, you get inundated with paperwork and questions. A lot of it makes no sense. Fatmir would explain what they were, what I did need to answer, what I didn't need to answer. And he would chase solicitors, and I think that's really important. I would sometimes email the solicitor and not get a response. Phone Fatmir, he said, don't worry, leave it with me. I'll get on to them, and within 10 minutes I've got a reply from the solicitor. That is invaluable. And it also meant that you can relax more, because I know that Fatmir is doing the work for me. And I'm not chasing around trying to get answers. And you need so many answers to so many questions now. Worth every single penny. Don't begrudge a penny of it. I could definitely trust Fatmir and Martin Gerard. I could just tell with the way they interacted with me. if I happened to be walking past the agency, I'd pop in for a hello, and everyone would greet me and, do you want a cup of tea, and sit and spend time chatting to me about the process. I was finding it hard finding somewhere to buy. They gave me good advice. I never once felt I was being pressured into making a decision that would be wrong for me. It was my interest they had at heart the whole time, and that was really important. I always felt in my communication with Fatmir and the branch as a whole, Martin Gerard as a whole, they knew me. They'd got to know me. They knew my fears, my doubts, and calmed me every single time. And that's a real personal touch that I valued a lot. I didn't feel like I was a name on a card or on a board. Property X, that's her. That wasn't my experience at all. There is no doubt about it. Moving is stressful. The whole process with chains and solicitors and leases and service charges. And it's an absolute minefield if you don't know what you're doing. And Fatmir was just brilliant the whole time, explained everything to me. I tried not to be on his back the whole time, and I hope I wasn't, but whenever I did have yet another solicitor's question, I knew he would help me if I was struggling at all, and it just made everything so much simpler. And we had a very short time between exchange and completion, which added more stress. But again, Fatmir was just, it'll get done. Don't worry. You'll be out and in your new property and everything will be fine. I've decided to do this testimonial for Fatmir and Martin Gerard because I just want to show my appreciation. Yes, it's their job. Yes, I was their client. And yes, they earned money from me. But that wasn't my experience at all. It didn't feel transactional. It was personal. I trusted them. They did a great job. Above all, the truth is, within a relatively short period of time, they'd sold my property for me to a very happy buyer. And I thought they were fantastic. And so I wanted to give up a bit of my time to say thank you. If you are thinking of marketing your property, I would 100% recommend Martin Gerard. If you're lucky, you'll get Fatmir, but I'm sure anyone who works in that office would be equally as good. It was just a great experience and 100% recommend them.